Hey, folks, welcome back to Manor Road Studio. My name is Dale. This is the home of the Alive podcast. And you know what Alive stands for? Authentic Love, Imagination, Victor, and Evolve. Today, I'll start with another quote from Dove Candy. I think that's so funny. Every moment matters, including this one. I don't think anybody would dispute that, especially this day and age. If you hadn't already subscribed, please do so with that button about right here. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. Love to know what you think, good, bad, or ugly. A quote I have on my memories, and this one is from, I think, about 4 years ago. It remembers this. Remember that every life has value. How apropos is that I just read this. The people you love, the people you dislike, the people you do not even know, they all have value and deserve to be loved. My quote on this amazing day: when you take things for granted, one day the things you are granted will be taken. Always be thankful. Believe there is good in this world and make sure you are part of it. As I said yesterday and the day before, be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Going back even further, like 6 years ago, here's a quote also in my memories. It says 3 ways to fail at everything in life. Number one, complain about everything. Number two, blame others for your problems. And number three, never be grateful. I always say no man's a failure until he starts blaming others, which simply means no matter what we think about anything, we absolutely have to own life exactly where we're at. Some of you may say, yeah, but it's really not my fault that this or that happened. You're right. And it really doesn't matter. Because no matter how you got where you are, you're there. So we have to start from that beginning point and grow our way forward. Now, I want to do one more thing, then we'll get more into the meat of the matter. I started yesterday looking at my words of wisdom books. I'm just going to flip. I'll just flip. We'll stop right there. And here's one. It says, a good leader inspires others with confidence in himself. A great leader inspires them with confidence in themselves. It's kind of weird that I read that because that's always been my goal, is to make sure I improve someone else's self-respect and self-esteem. I think without that, it's really impossible to ever even pursue or hope to pursue your dreams. Several years ago, there was a study at a major university. It went kind of like this. The study took a group of sixth graders, and they went into the classroom and they asked them this. Said, on one piece of paper, write down your hopes and dreams for your future. The kids wrote a whole list of stuff. Some even flipped over and started writing on the back. The next day, they had the parents come in and they were given the same task. Take your hopes and dreams of the future and write them down right here on this paper. The average adult could write down 2 items. That was it. So somewhere between sixth grade and adulthood, people lost their ability to dream. What happened? Did we simply grow up? We have to just take responsibility, get a job, settle down, have a house, have a nice little fence and a dog and a couple of kids, but no longer have the ability to pursue our dreams? Some of you may say, well, Dale, that is my dream. If it is, hey, God bless you. I'm proud you're living a dream. For others, though, do you feel like you're settling for something so much less than what you'd hoped for? Do you want to be able to list and write down all those hopes and dreams you had one time? Why not start over? Let's take that childlike adventure and write it down once again. Instead of filling up a full sheet of paper, though, I'm going to ask you to write down 5 things that could make your life better and give you the ability to live and dream again. And I don't care if it's something as simple as, man, I wish I were Batman. Okay, I don't know how you'd become Batman, but I'm not going to tell you that you can't. So write it down. Let's say you want to be independent, on your own, not tied down to an 8-to-5 job or whatever. And if that's the case, write that down. As most of you know, I've had cancer since December of 2007, and I had 2 years of chemo, 42 rounds of radiation back then. In July of 2018, my cancer came back and spread to my bladder and my kidneys. I've since had my bladder taken out, and I now have a external bladder called a urostomy on my right side. On my left side, I have a nephrostomy tube, which simply means I have a needle or a catheter that's stuck into my left kidney and drains in a bag on my leg. So I'm a double bagger. I have bags on both sides of my body. Um, and it is stage 4 terminal cancer. And for a lot of people, that would be enough to not just slow them down, but stop them dead in their tracks. For me, it was an opportunity to redefine life and redefine it in a much better and more meaningful way. Not only am I learning to dream again, I'm learning how to make those dreams come true. So now this may sound silly, but now I sell and flip books on Amazon. And I've been doing it for about 6 months, and I've basically replaced the income that I had before I was disabled by doing something as simple as books. And Chris and I, we travel all over the country. We find books, we ship them into Amazon, FBA, fulfilled by Amazon. They take care of the rest for us. And we basically get paid to see the country and do things that otherwise wouldn't have been able to do. So when I'm not going to say when I felt like, but when most people feel like their life is over, the truth is, if they just go a little bit further, life is getting ready to begin. And what's the old saying? When you feel like you're at the end of the rope, tie a knot and hang on, start climbing again because you got more in you. Or when you fall down, if you can look up, get up. I really believe that. Yesterday, for those of you that are in my hometown of Jackson, Tennessee, we lost a gentleman named Clark Shaw. Clark has got owns what's called the Old Country Store, Casey Jones Village. It's probably one of the top 5 tourist spots in Tennessee. And his dad started that back in 1968. And I had the pleasure of working in that restaurant in 1974. As a kid, I was a dishwasher, but I worked beside Clark. And he took that small business and grew it into something so big and so meaningful. And his family, him included, have done so much for this community that it would be hard to imagine Jackson, Tennessee without Clark Shaw. But he succumbed to COVID yesterday. And that's my third friend in 2 weeks that's actually died from the COVID-19 virus. And I remember several months ago, and I'm going to stare at myself and say this, that I was one of those, I wasn't sure COVID really existed. I kind of bought into the narrative, well, the flu is worse, or it's just like the flu. What's the big deal? Some people even said it was a hoax. It didn't really kill people. People died of other things. And then you started hearing this, well, the reason they write COVID on the death certificate is because the hospital gets X amount of money for every COVID patient that dies. I'm not sure any of that crap is true. The truth is, COVID is serious. And I hope to goodness you take it serious. Protect yourself, protect your family, stay alive to live your dream. That way you can live fully alive and pursue things that you didn't think you could do. I know most of you probably have a friend that's either had a major sickness with COVID or probably even died from it. And if you have, I'm very sorry to hear that. I would like to hear about your friend. If you would leave a comment, even if it's a family member, let's remember them on this day of Thanksgiving, because I am very thankful for life, and I'm sure you are too. So that's kind of my wisdom for today. The whole gist of what I wanted to say is every life matters, including yours. I write in a box every day. It says, tell someone they matter. So I'm telling you right now that you matter. You really are good enough. Believe it. You're exactly where you need to be to take the next step in life, whatever that is. And I'm always telling people you're one decision away from a totally different life. Let me repeat that. You're one decision away from a totally different life. Now I'm going to twist it and say you're one decision away from a totally better life. You and only you know what that decision is. But the truth is, you do know what that decision is. And I'm asking you to have the courage to make it. Walk out on that edge, feel the fresh air, feel everything around you, be consumed with the moment. I'm not asking people to be irresponsible. That would be a terrible thing to say. I'm saying be responsible, be physically responsible, but do not give up on your dream. Make whatever decision you have to make life better for yourselves and those around you. And it's something only you can do. I get so put out with people that go, well, I've got to wait till the weather changes. I got to wait till the cows come home. I got to wait till the old jalopy can be fixed or repaired. Got to wait till the kids get out of school. My health gets better. I save enough money. And before you know it, you've waited all your life and you're back down to those dreams, only being able to write down one if you can write down any. I'm asking you to live life to the fullest and fill that page back up and take action today. I've got stage 4 terminal cancer, so I have to walk out on that limb every day of the week, and I do it. I face whatever obstacle I've got to face, and I overcome it. I don't let the obstacle become a wall that I can't get around. I climb over it, plow around it, whatever the hell you got to do to make your life more meaningful. All right, that's enough for today. I try to keep these podcast moments around 10, 12 minutes or less because I want them to be meaningful. I want you to look forward to hearing them. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Tell me about yourself. Let me know what you think about the podcast. Please find me on Facebook, Dale Childress. Leave me a message on Messenger. And until tomorrow, and I'm going to try to do this again at 3 o'clock tomorrow so you can look forward to it. And I might even do it on Facebook Live. That way we can get more people in the audience. But until tomorrow, let's all live a dream.